Well, we'll take up file 2020-57311. Stephen Monroe and Lisa Monroe both are here. This is date and time set for a show cause hearing. There we go. All right. And Ms. Heaven is here from front of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have a update in the matter? You're muted.
The show cause was dismissed back in November 29th. Show cause was dismissed, support to terminate based on new custodial arrangements between the parties. All arrears owed by defendant to plaintiff shall be dismissed. The matter shall be reviewed to enter custody parenting time order and reconsider child support on 2/28/23, which that was adjourned and moved to today.
Oh, okay. So, what was the date of that order?
Uniform child support order signed by Judge November 28th, 2022. You signed it November 22nd, so I'm assuming that's when the hearing was.
All right, yeah, order show cause dismissed, child support to stop for except for review and enter order of custody and parenting time. So is the custody still the same as it was back in November when we last spoke?
No.
I'm not sure. I have Hank and Hayden and Steve as Hannah and Hunter.
Hayden's not involved in this.
I didn't know.
Is he already 18? Is that?
No, he was my stepson.
Oh, I see. All right, so Hank, Hunter, and Hannah. Who has Hank?
Me,
And who has Hunter?
I do.
Steve,
And who has Hannah?
Steve.
I do.
All right. And so you're both in agreement that you would have physical custody of those kids that are in your care?
Correct.
Ma'am?
Yes,
All right. And then are you maintaining joint legal custody, both of you, of all three?
No, I think I have the physical custody or the legal custody.
Legal custody is the decision-making power. Is that supposed to remain joint, or was that going to be
I think it should be joint.
so you would both have to agree on major decisions regarding healthcare and education and things like that regarding the kids. You'd have to talk about that and come to an agreement. And if you couldn't, then you'd bring that
Yeah.
matter before the court, okay?
Okay.
All right, and then how's parenting time working with between the two of you and the three kids?
We share visitation.
On your own schedule?
Yes,
Yeah.
And that's working out for everybody involved?
yes.
Yep.
All right. How often does Hank go and visit you, sir?
Every other
Every
weekend.
other week.
One of you at a time. What's that?
Every other weekend.
Okay, all year long?
Yeah. Well, in the summertime when he's out of school, he'll be at my house for a week and her house for a week. I'm assuming that's how we'll do that.
All right, so every other weekend during the school year would be 20 weekends. Is that Friday and Saturday night?
Yeah.
Okay. So 40 overnights there, and then half the summer would be 6 weeks times 7 is 42. So that's 82 overnights. Do you have any additional time, like at winter break or any holidays or anything like that?
Yeah, I'm sure there is. Like over Christmas break, he was here for a couple extra days, as you would, spring break. I'd assume he probably will come for a couple days,
All right. And then, ma'am, when are Hunter and Hannah visiting with you?
Every other weekend and the same on the summers and holiday breaks.
Okay. So basically, that's a reasonable parenting time, which we counted 102 overnights. That's every other weekend during the school year, half the summer, and then a holiday schedule. Comes out to be 102. So it would be accurate if mom had 102 overnights with Hunter and Hannah, and dad had 102 overnights with Hank. Does that sound about right then?
Yeah.
Okay, that's throughout the year, so, okay. And then,
It'll probably increase because I'm moving closer to home or to Hank too. So
okay, well, if it does, we can make some changes, but. And then Ms. Evan, do you need income information from both parties as well?
Yes.
All right, so, ma'am, where do you work?
Gyro powder coating in Grand Haven,
How much do you make there?
$13 an hour,
How many hours a week?
usually around 20.
Do you choose to work 20, or is that all that's available?
No, Hank is a very in-depth child. He requires a lot more attention than a normal child.
Okay,
So unfortunately, I can't work a full-time job with him because I can't leave him at daycare. I can't leave him with anybody really. He's either with me or at home.
all right, and he's 11?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any other income from any other source other than the money that you make at gyro powder coating?
I have my son Hayden Blaine gets survivor benefits for his biological father passing away. It's $240 a month.
That's payable to him, but you receive
I'm
it.
the payee.
Okay, yep, all right. Okay, 102 with Hunter, Anna, and 263 with Hank. All right, sir, where do you work?
Acme Tree Service,
And how much do you make there?
$17 an hour.
How many hours a week?
Right now about 25.
Does it go up during the summer?
Yeah, it's tree work, residential tree service.
So is it 40 during the summer or more than 40 or what?
40 a minimum, sometimes like 50, sometimes, usually we're out 8 hours a day.
And then how many months out of the year is it reduced?
It's only been reduced a little bit the last 2 months here, January and February.
All right, so the goal is always 40 hours though?
Yeah.
All right. And then do you have any other income from any other source?
No.
All right. Let's see. 102 with Hank, 263 with Hunter and Hannah. And then who claims each child for tax purposes when you file taxes at the end of the year?
Last year, Steve claimed all the kids against anything that I had to say. He did that on his own without discussing anything.
We agreed on
Anyways.
that in November at our court appointment.
All right.
Anyways, I feel that we'll be splitting it from here forward.
So he'll claim the 2 that are with him and you'll claim the 1 that's with you?
I believe so.
Yep.
All right. And sir, sir, are you remarried?
No, not yet.
So you claim yourself then and 2 dependent children?
Correct.
And then ma'am, you claim yourself and 2 dependent children, 1 on this case and 1 on a different case, or 1 and then Hayden?
Yeah.
Okay. And let's see. How are these children insured as far as health insurance goes?
They get Medicaid.
They have
Medicaid, neither of your employers offer health insurance?
No.
I'm just starting to get into the where I get my benefits.
All right, but they're not on it yet?
No, I think I got like 14 or 15 more days before I am eligible for insurance.
Okay. And then any of these kids child care age, daycare age? No, it doesn't look like it.
No.
All right, Ms. Evan, you need any other information to run a guideline?
Stephen, I have here that you claimed head of household before, is that still true?
Yeah, my household, yeah.
Okay. And no other children?
No.
Yes, he
Where-
has another child.
Oh, yeah, not with Lisa. I have another child elsewhere.
Right, any other children? One
Oh.
other?
Yeah,
Under
one
18?
other. Yes,
So you each have one additional child. I'm sorry, I forgot to ask that.
yes.
Okay, so I think I have it. So with Lisa having 102 overnights with 2 of the children, and Stephen having 102 overnights with 1 child.
That's backwards.
No, it's not.
Oops, I'm
Oh,
sorry,
that's right.
you're right.
So you have
You're right.
263 overnights with 2 of the kids and 102 with Hank, and then mom has 102 with Hunter and Hannah and 263 with Hank.
That's
Okay,
correct.
I must have misheard you.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Ms. Evan.
Okay, hold on.
Oh.
Yeah. So 102 overnights with Hank, correct, for Dad?
Right.
Correct.
So 263, 102, 263, review. All right. So that would have Stephen paying $28 child support, $82 ordinary medical, for a total of $110 a month. With 3 and 2 children, when there's 1 child, it would be Lisa paying $32 child support, $11 ordinary medical, for a total of $43.
Can you repeat that again, please?
When there are 3 children, Stephen would pay $28 child support, $82 ordinary medical, for a total of $110. And then that goes up when there's 2 children. And then when it drops down to 1 child, Lisa would pay $32 child support, $11 ordinary medical.
So things change as the children emancipate because of the split custody,
Okay.
and the fact that you have different kids for different amounts of time.
Right, okay.
So when the oldest child emancipates, I guess it goes up a little bit because that child lives with you, sir. So then you each have 1 child instead of you having 2 and her having 1. But then when the second child emancipates, then I guess she pays you. Because then the youngest one lives with you. Yeah. So
Right,
that's why it works that way.
yeah, it's confusing to me.
Yeah. Well, every situation's a little different, so.
Well, yeah, I just don't understand why I'm gonna pay in when I have 2 children with me and she has 1 child.
I think
So
it's-
I'm gonna
You have
pay
a greater
her.
income also.
It'd be the disparity of income. You have a lot more income, disposable
Because
income
I-
into the home. She has 20 hours a week, but she says it's because Hank requires additional care that doesn't allow her to work
Agreed.
20 hours a week. Usually I would impute somebody at full time if they were able to work full time, but that can be offset by the needs of a child if a child's needs are paramount.
Which I agree with that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that's why it comes out that way anyway, because she has less income.
So I guess, whatever, all right.
I want you to understand it. I don't want you just to be
Well,
frustrated.
I don't understand that just because I have I went out and I found a better job and stuff, I just feel like I'm getting kind of handed to me here that I have to pay more child support just because I make more money. I mean, it should be kind of a standardized thing, I would think.
Regardless of that, it is a minimal amount and we will do what we can to pay and do what we need to do.
Okay, it is a standard amount. It's standard in the fact that a system that is used for the purpose of calculating support was used. Just like it is in 99% of the cases we have. But the factors that come into play the most are overnights, which granted you have more overnights because you've got two kids the majority of the time. But then
I've-
income is the other big factor, and
Yeah, I've
the
had,
fact is that your income is a lot more, and there's a reason directly tied to one of your children that mom's income is less, and that's that Hank requires additional care, which it sounds like you agree that that's the case, so that would be
well,
the,
yeah, that's,
that would be the reason. I could put her in at 40 hours if you want, and then maybe she would have to go work 40 hours, but then there's gonna be a child care obligation because she's gonna have to find someone else to take care of Hank. And that's
Yeah, there's
probably
no
gonna-
way I can do that.
That's probably gonna
right,
outweigh.
I understand that.
Okay, all right. So I'll go
I
with.
just, so she's gonna pay me child support, and then I'm gonna pay her back child support. That's what it's getting at here.
Now, right now, you would be ordered to pay her until.
Okay, and how much is she ordered to pay me then?
Oh, okay, so when there are three kids under 18, you'll pay her, okay? And then when there are two kids under 18, you'll pay her a different amount. And then when there's just one child left under 18, she'll pay you. So it doesn't, they don't offset now. It offsets over time.
So because I'm raising two kids, I have to pay her, so that's taking from them two kids. I guess I just really don't understand it.
The child support is $28 a month. The $82 is the ordinary medical. If you begin
Right.
paying for healthcare through your employer, you can file a motion and we can look at it again. You may get a premium adjustment.
Okay, but I just had my kids for almost 3 years, and she has not ever paid a dime or anything for any of them. She just recently got Hank also, you know?
You could have filed
So
a motion at
I
any,
just,
you could have filed a motion at any time during that.
You're
period
just
of
digging
time.
yourself a hole that you don't want to get into, Steve.
would
I
have-
just don't get it. I guess,
You could have filed a motion at any time in those 3 years to have her pay you
I
support.
guess what I'm confused at, I did. I had a child support order, and they never enforced it.
And I went through hardship and you released me from what was the past due balance. So we were
Right,
working
and then now
together.
I'm stuck paying.
We listened, please. We were working together and doing the things that we needed to do to take care of our children. You did not have the children.
That's the
by
thing. You
yourself
do
with
not
you.
do
I'm not
nothing
gonna
to help
argue
the
with you.
children.
I'm not gonna argue with you. Right now I can't even work a job, Steve, because Hank is suspended again. I can't keep him in school.
That's
I can't
I
run to
had
all
that
of his
same
appointments.
scenario. I had the same scenario. So
Yeah, for what, a year that of his entire life, I've done it every other time. I'm not arguing with you.
And sir, you agreed
This
to
is what it
dismiss
is.
amounts, sir, you agreed to dismiss amounts she owed you, so I don't know where the,
yeah, but now I have to pay, and I'm raising two kids on my own, and she doesn't have to pay nothing. That is wrong.
I do pay. I buy them shoes. I do
I
a
still have
little bit
to
that I
support
can.
Hank. You have not bought none of them shoes. You did
I
not buy
bought
Hank
Hannah.
boots or
I
jackets
bought
or
Hannah 3
anything.
pairs of shoes. I bought Hunter stuff. It might not be
No.
a lot, but it is what it is.
so, sir,
Right.
only $28 is going to her, the rest is going to the state to repay the Medicaid.
Right, but you're saying I'm paying $81 for two kids, correct?
Because
Well-
you chose to go through the state, you are paying $81 to the state.
If you get them on your own insurance.
For one kid.
We could get rid of the 82, you'd only have to pay $28 a month.
Okay, that's fine, but why am I paying for two kids when two of the kids live with me and one lives with her? Shouldn't I only be paying the child support on Hank? Is what I'm trying to say.
It's a global situation, it's not just based on one child. It doesn't offset. of the-
Okay. But why am I paying the medical insurance when she was supposed to drop them off her case so that I could get them on my Medicaid case?
You're off my case.
I was told they're all on.
I just don't understand. Right, they're all on Medicaid, yep. So I pay for the two that's at my house and she pays for the one that's at her house. That's how that goes? I'm just trying to understand it here.
No, I get that part. How's that work, Ms. Heaven? How does it split the Medicaid when each party has a child, or in this case, one child or two children on Medicaid?
It doesn't really. I mean, it's going to assign, if the children are on Medicaid with the payee, then the medical support goes to the state. The children are on Medicaid with the payer, then it goes to that other party as support. They can't divide it. The
So
state
do
has
you-
no way to assign it like
Do you
that.
show, Ms. Heaven, do you show Hunter and Hannah on Medicaid or not?
I was just trying to look.
Because I tried to get them
Hunter
added to my
is
Medicaid.
Hunter is on Medicaid. He is active until, let's see. He's been eligible since October 1st of 2019. And that is with,
That's on mom's case though, isn't it?
yes,
That shouldn't
that's
be. I
mom.
just reapplied through my boyfriend and I only have Hayden and Hank on my case.
And if your boyfriend's the grantee, it won't go right either.
Yeah, they still show active on mom's case.
Right.
Let me see what DHHS has. listed.
Well, I know, probably because you didn't have a custody order to take to DHHS and show them. That's what we're doing today too, is the custody order.
Right. Because my caseworker told me that she had to drop them because our last time that we had court,
I did.
they told they told us that I needed to get the two on my case and she needed to get Hank on her case, which I thought we was doing. I don't understand this at all, so.
So, sir, you're gonna get, once you have this custody order, you're gonna take that to DHHS and show that you have custody of Hunter and Hannah. And you're gonna ask them to take them off of her case and put them on yours?
Correct.
And you're gonna look into health insurance that's available as a perk of your employment through Acme Tree Service?
Correct.
All right. I'll modify that recommendation then for you to pay 28 a month support and 27 ordinary medical. That'd be for Hank only. Based on your word that you're gonna get those kids on your own Medicaid case.
I have an appointment tomorrow at 2 o'clock with them.
If you can get them on your own insurance, that'd be better, through your employer.
Right. I got a few more days and then I'm eligible for that. So
If not, then there'd also.
now
be-
what's that do if I insure Hank too?
I don't, well, you can insure Hank through your employer. I don't think they would let you put him on a Medicaid case because he doesn't live with you full time, but.
No, that's what I'm saying, through the
Yeah, you should
employer.
definitely do all three as part of some kind of family plan if you do it through your employer.
Right.
Right.
All right,
All right.
so it'd be 55 instead of 110 when I take out the Medicaid for the two other kids.
Perfect.
All right, anything else?
No.
Okay, we should be all set. You'll get those orders in the mail in a couple days.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, yep, sounds
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, thanks. We'll take up file 2018-55786, Stephanie Van Oler and Ronald Ryer. Mr. Ryer is here. Is that Ms. Van Oler with you? I can't hear you guys. What's that?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So both parties are here today, and this is the date and time set for a show cause. Ms. Heaven's here from friend of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. The defendant has a support obligation of $328 child support, $38 medical support, for a total of $366 a month, and that is payable to a third party, Nicole Peterson. He currently owes her $1,926.14. The state $398, fees $299.50, total owing $2,623.64. Last payment received was $70.24, February 23rd, 2023, $118.62, February 3rd, 2023. Prior to that, we received $45, December 14th, 2022. There is one prior contempt. We are also billing with Stephanie, but she was not show cause today.
All right, and sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated by friend of the court?
Me, yeah, I know I owe some money. I'm gonna cash my check and make another payment today. I just got this job and I have a lot of things that I owe. I spent a year in jail. I mean, they say they got me with one contempt. They're just not giving me a chance. And I got other child support obligations. I do owe other things. They just got to give me a chance. That 145 payment was just a start. Was just a start. They got to let me catch up, just like Grand Rapids did. But with that being said, I'll send another payment. It's easier for me to do it with cash. I'm not that good with electronics and technology. But I got to figure out how to send a money order or something now. I'd go to Grand Rapids and just drop the cash off, but I cannot do that in Nuevo. That's an issue for me when I'm up there. They say that they don't have a drawer, a cashier's drawer. So I got to figure out a different way to get the money to them. That's all.
All right, and yeah, that goes back like 20 years. In the past, more than 20 years ago, there was a collections clerk or someone who could take money in at the friend of the court offices statewide. But when they centralized the intake or centralized the collections at the Michigan State Disbursement Unit, they got rid of that individual at every friend of the court office because all the money is supposed to go through Lansing. All right. So
Yeah,
you gotta figure that out. Thousands and thousands of people figure out how to make their payments in ways other than cash at the front of the court office. So you gotta make that adjustment.
Yeah. I don't have a debit card either, so that hinders me. I mostly put my money onto a prepaid card, but I'll get you guys at least 50 to 100. I'll send it out maybe tomorrow, Wednesday. I gotta go get the money order today after I cash my check.
All right, are you working right now?
Yeah, I work about 30 something hours a week at Pepino's downtown. I'm actually transitioning right now from dish. I'm still doing dish, but I'm learning the line cook, like making sandwiches and wraps. So it's something different. It's fun.
All right. I mean, friend of the court will just send an income withholding your employer. You don't even have to think about it. It'll just come right out of your pay.
They've done that twice, and that's not an issue for me, but it didn't go through. I think it's because I forget why. The company only writes checks, I believe. I think that's why. So, but I'll send some money in.
All right, you can send money in. Ms. Evans going to send an income withholding to your employer, and they should honor that and send it right into the state.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've sent one to them. There's one that's active.
All right. Keep an eye on your pay stubs, so see if those payments are being made.
Also, today I have to go drop at least $100 off at H&R Block, and then they should file my taxes, and that tax money should drop my initial fees with Grand Rapids and Nuevo as well, because they're going to take all that money. So that'll be good for me.
So you're anticipating a refund then?
Yeah, it's not going to be that much, but whatever refund that they do decide will go to the state. I don't get any money back from that, and I'm okay with that because that puts my initial arrears down. You know what I mean?
Sure.
That
How long
because
have you worked? Oh, what's that?
because
How long have you worked at Pepino's?
almost 5 months now.
Okay. All right, well, I'll find you in contempt for failing to make the payments that were ordered. Since the 90 days will be held in abeyance, you don't have to serve it as long as you make payments. How much
Yeah.
did you want to pay by the end of the month?
But then I can pay another $100.
All right, $100 needs to be paid by the end of the month. You need to make your monthly payments each and every month thereafter. There's $100 contempt fine, and if you fail to make payments, then that 90 days would be imposed with a $1,000 bond. So make sure you make your payments, all right?
Yeah, I have one question. Now, right now, because we have the probate thing going on with the mother, and like some reason Stephanie's name got brought into this because she has a temporary custody, and that's going on. We're fighting that actively right now. I almost finished my IOP. I still have to take an anger management class, but I didn't understand why they're sending her legal mail asking her for money and she's not working or anything. I don't understand why she's even on there. I mean,
yeah, she's ordered to pay as well, according to Ms. Evan. If the child's with a third party, a guardian or a foster care placement or whatever, then you're both ordered to pay. So that's why she's ordered to pay.
I mean, we buy them shoes. I buy them everything. I don't see why she should have to pay that other lady. And they were broken up for 3 weeks, which the CPS lady knows about that too. So there's a lot of drama over there. And I don't think that's going to be a long-term thing, which is why I am so uncomfortable with them bringing her name into it. I know I owe child support, but it's bringing a lot of stress on her. And I'm trying to help her find a job and get where she needs to be again.
Hello?
Hello.
Hi.
We'll take up file 2019-56580, Ashley Gunter and Logan Reed. And the plaintiff is here, defendant is not. The defendant, Mr. Reed, was ordered to appear for a show cause. Matter was set for 10:30. It's now about 10:45. And he's not appeared, so we'll proceed. Ms. Evan, do you have an update?
I do. Logan Reed has a monthly support obligation of $470 child support, $23 medical support for a total of $493 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $10,291.85. The state $386.26. Fees $334.70. Total owing, including March's billing, $11,012.81. We received $124.48 November 8th, 2022, $167.89 October 12th, 2022, and $231.38 October 4th, 2022. There are no prior contempts. Proof of service, March 1st, 2023.
All right. No priors?
No priors.
All right. And ma'am, Mr. Reed didn't appear. Was there anything you wanted to address today?
Oh, you're talking to me?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought you were still talking to her. What was the question? I'm sorry.
So he didn't appear. He was ordered to appear. But I would give you a chance to address anything you wanted to bring up at this time.
I'm just at the point of what else can we do? Because I know that I don't know if this is relevant to the case, but I know he recently got kicked out of his dad's in Newaygo, and then he went to his grandfather's in Rockford, and recently just got kicked out of there. And I know he was having car problems, but that's still not an excuse not to get a job and help pay for the child that you created.
All right. You know if he's working or not?
I don't believe he is.
Okay. Is he capable of working? Do you know?
I want to say he is, but he drinks and he can't seem to pass a drug test from what I've been hearing from some of his family members.
Okay. All right. At this point, Mr. Reed was ordered to appear. He's failed to do so. He's ordered to make payments each month. He's failed to do that as well. By default, I'd find him in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. Sentence of 45 days in jail will be suspended. He doesn't have to serve it right now as long as he makes payments. He needs to pay $1,500 by the end of April and then make his monthly payments each and every month hereafter. If he does that, great. If not, then that 45 days could be imposed with a $2,500 bond. There is a $100 contempt fine that'll be added to his balance. So he's got to make a lump sum payment by the end of April and then make his monthly payments each and every month to avoid having that 45-day sentence imposed. All right?
Okay.
Okay, we're all set.
Thank you. Have a good day.
All right, we'll take a file 2018-55976, Thomas Stubbleton and Brianna Rogers, both are here via Zoom. And Ms. Evan is here from the friend of the court. Ms. Evan, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. The show cause was adjourned from February 28th, 2023 to today. The plaintiff, Thomas Stubbleton, has a monthly support obligation of $263 child support, $19 medical support, for a total of $282 a month. Currently owes the defendant $1,756, the state $132, fees $22.87, total owing $1,910.87. This does include March's billing. We received $28.81 July 22nd, 2022, $89.31 July 8th, 2022, and that same amount June 24th, 2022. There are no prior contempts.
All right, sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yeah.
All right, you've not been making payments, why not?
I moved to New York, which is currently where I am for better job opportunities. I've also been trying to get a hold of the friend of the court because of this move, because I wanted you guys to be aware of this, as not to assume that I was abandoning the mother or the child, because I care about them both very much. And I was uncertain how to continue paying from out of state, and I couldn't set up a direct payment method. I'm not sure why, but it wouldn't work. So I've been trying to get a hold of you. And the last couple months, I've not been trying as hard as I probably should have, due to the fact that I've been focusing on, well, getting myself situated. So that way I don't have to rely on the kindness of others to put a roof over my head.
So you've been trying to get a hold of friend of the court? It's not that difficult. The same phone number they've had here for decades.
I know, and yet Rachel Herman just wouldn't pick up.
Did you change your address when you moved with the friend of the court?
I tried. That was one of the subjects of the call.
I
That
believe
never
his
took
mailing
place.
address changed, but not through friend of the court.
Did you
Address
know-
changes need to be received in writing, signed and dated.
All right. The more you know.
How long you been working there in New York then?
Close to 6 months.
He has been providing for us through via Cash App, just not through the court or child support.
Also, I can pay the debt in full, so send me the information for that, please.
All right, Ms. Evan, how can you pay that in full today?
He can go to allpaid.com, ALLPAID.com. You need the PLC code 2219, and I believe your docket number.
2219.
Correct?
All right,
Nice.
and sir, where are you working now?
I currently don't have a job. Like I said, I'm trying to get situated.
I
A lot of
thought you
jobs
were short for a job.
No, for better opportunities.
He does freelancing right now, so commissions. He's kind of self-employed.
Fair enough.
If you moved there 6 months ago for better opportunities and you still haven't found a job, that doesn't sound like there are better opportunities in New York.
I believe the last time he lost his job, it was because he had Anakin, our child, for a period of time for 2 weeks. So he couldn't, the job wasn't, his boss wasn't working with him on that.
All right. All right, a finding contempt then for failing to make the payments that were ordered. Sentence of 45 days will be held in abeyance. You don't have to serve it as long as you make payments. Need to pay the balance in full today. Make your payments each and every month in order to have the sentence imposed. Bond will be set in the amount of $500. I'll waive the contempt fine. Anything else?
How do we end with the child support?
I mean, you want to stop it?
Yeah.
Well, is the child on any kind of public assistance, Medicaid, food, or cash assistance?
Yes.
All right, first and foremost, then you would have to take the child off of any forms of public assistance. Once that was done, then the friend of the court would entertain a stip and order. You can make an appointment with Ms. Heaven, or you could file a motion.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay, not a problem. All right, we're all set.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, we'll take up file 2022-58407. This is the matter of Courtney Wygen and James Larrabee. Ms. Wygen is here. Mr. Larrabee is not. He was ordered to appear. And the matter was set for 10 o'clock. It's now almost 10 after, and we'll proceed. Ms. Heaven is here now from friend of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update in the matter?
I do. Mr. Larrabee has a monthly support obligation of $643 child support, $26 medical support, for a total of $669 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $4,416.47. The state $151.53. Fees $31.50. Total owing, including March's billing, $4,599.50. Last payment received was $115 November 3rd, 2022. And there are no prior contempts.
All right, ma'am, anything you wanted to address?
No, I feel like the situation speaks for itself.
Okay. Mr. Larrabee, did you give me the proof of service date, Ms. Heaven?
Proof of service, this hearing was also noticed for February 28th, but this was adjourned to today. Proof of service, March 1st, 2023.
All right, so Mr. Larrabee was ordered to appear for hearing today. He's failed to do so. He was also ordered to make payments, and he's failed to make payments on a regular basis. By default, I'd find him in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. Sentence of 45 days is held in abeyance with $2,500 bond. He's to pay $1,500 by April 30th. Actually, that's not much more than what would be owed. He's paid $2,500 by April 30th, 2023. He's to pay each month as ordered thereafter. There's a $100 contempt fine that'll be added to his balance. So ma'am, he's got to pay a $2,500 lump sum by the end of next month and then maintain his regular monthly payments. Otherwise, that 90 days will be imposed with a $2,500 bond. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So,
what's that?
Does he have a warrant right now for not showing up and not making attempts to pay?
You would not have a warrant at this point unless he doesn't comply with the order that's entered after today's proceedings. So if he doesn't pay that lump sum by the end of April, if you notify Ms. Heaven, she'll be able to issue a warrant at that point.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep, you're all set. Thanks.
Thank you.
All right, we'll take up file 2020-57083, Brittany Powell and Timothy Buttleman. Mr. Buttleman is here. Ms. Powell is not. Matter was set for a show cause. Ms. Hummel is here from front of the court. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update in the matter?
Yes, Mr. Buttleman is ordered to pay $173. This is an out-of-state case, UN. He has a balance of $9,944.19 that Michigan shows. $9,731.69 is owed to the other state, $100 in bench warrant fine, and $112.50 in fees. We received a payment of $3.33, December 14th, 2022, and $43.66 on September 14th of 2022. There are priors.
All right, sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yes, sir.
You've not been making payments. Why is that?
I was out of work and then I started work and I ended up going to jail for an unpaid ticket I forgot I had. And I just started working at Wolverine in Howard City
When did you start there?
yesterday.
How much are you making there?
$16.
So you shouldn't have any problems making payments going forward?
No, sir.
Do you have any money to pay today?
No, I do not.
All right. Ms. Hummel, is there an amount paid towards arrearage that's ordered, or is it just the 173 or what?
We have $52 listed as ordered on arrears on the system.
All right. All right, sir, I'll find you in contempt then for failing to make payments as ordered. Sentence of 90 days will be held in abeyance with a $1,000 bond. Need to make your payments each and every month as ordered. There's a $100 contempt fine.
Okay.
You got another hearing in about 5 minutes. I gotta wait and see if the other party shows up for that.
Okay.
All right, be just a second. It's not appeared. It was set for 10:15. It's now about 10:25, so we'll proceed. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update in this matter?
Yes, Mr. Buttleman's ordered to pay $199.66 a month. This is again an out-of-state order. He owes $28,123.77 to the other state, $38.50 fees, for a total of $28,162.27. Last time we received the payment was $3.84, December 14th, 2022, and $50.40 on 9/14 of 2022.
All right, is there anything else you want to say in this matter?
No, sir.
All right, likewise, I'll hold you in contempt for failing to make payments as ordered. 90 days will be held in abeyance with a $1,000 bond. You need to pay each month as ordered. There's a $100 contempt fine. You should be all set.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, there's no priors in this one. It would be 45 days.
Oh, no priors? All right, this will be 45 held in abeyance. All right, we'll take up file 2021-57503, Natasha Wilson and Dale Wakefield. Both are here via Zoom. And this is the date and time set for show cause. Ms. Heaven is here from front of the court. Ms. Heaven, do you have an update?
I do. This show cause was originally set for February 28th, 2023 and adjourned to today. Dale Wakefield has a monthly obligation of $249 child support, $22 medical support, $25 confinement for a total of $296 a month. Currently owes the plaintiff $5,068.34, the state $1,007.55, fees $198, total owing including March's billing $6,273.89. We received $76.32 February 28th, 2023, $189.66 February 14th, 2023, and $81.72 January 18th, 2023. He has no prior contempt.
All right, and Ms. Evan, was there a period of time that payments weren't made?
Yes. So there were no payments from January of 2022 until we received the $81.72 in January of this year.
Oh, okay. All right, and sir, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
Yes.
All right, you didn't pay for about a year?
Yes, that's correct. I was in between jobs. It was kind of hard to find jobs during all the COVID crap and everything with all that. And then the jobs that I was working for wasn't taking my taxes and stuff out. I didn't know that. I thought they were. So
you didn't know your support wasn't being paid for a year?
that's correct.
Ms. Evans, did a pre-show cause go out at some point? Notice?
Yes, pre-show cause went out October 25th, 2022.
All right, so you would have gotten a letter back in October, sir, saying that you hadn't been making payments.
Yes, I've been going through quite a bit of hassle lately, and it's been hard to make payments on everything along with child support. But I just moved back up to Newaygo County, and I'm working currently at a body shop in Grant.
Okay. So you won't have a
So
problem
here,
payments going forward?
here shortly, I should be able to. Yeah, here shortly, I should be able to start making payments. And I've only been working there for maybe a week now. So I just moved
What's
back
the
up
name?
here. So what's that?
What's the name of the body shop?
I'm not sure what it is right now. My buddy just kind of hooked me up with the job. So I haven't got the details on everything. I just started working for the guy. For the first week,
What's
he
his
just
name?
paid me cash to come in there and see what I was capable of doing. So, but I can get all that information and bring it up there or whatever if need be.
Okay, ma'am, anything you want to say?
I know that Dale has had issues with finding a job too because of child support and taking his driver's license away and stuff like that. So I know that has been a really big factor, and I'm not sure how revoking his license because of failure to pay child support is supposed to help him or me in that matter.
All right, well, it's
We don't have his license.
it's an enforcement remedy at the front of the court, but Ms. Evans said that it was not suspended through the Newaygo County front of the court.
Okay.
Yeah, I know it was. Well, it was suspended prior. I don't know if it is now or not, but
Okay. And I agree that can be a barrier to employment, but it's usually reserved for cases where payments haven't been made, although there is an ability to pay as an enforcement remedy to attempt to get some payments. Kind of like jail. Jail is certainly counter to your ability to be employed, but it's usually
in my line of automotive, we're sorry to cut you off, but in my line of automotive work, I get slow during the winter, so I usually plow, and this winter's been kind of bad for the season of plowing, so to speak. But that's why there was being payments made during the time that there was snow, because I was plowing and it was coming right out of my check. Last year when I was plowing for another company in Sparta, they weren't taking it out of my check like they said they were going to.
All right. Well, you need to give Ms. Evans the information on your employer as soon as possible. Other than that, I'll find you in contempt for failing to make the payments that were ordered. Sentence of 45 days to be suspended. You don't have to serve that time as long as you make payments each and every month. All right.
All right.
All right. That'll start in April. We're almost to the end of, well, I guess we're halfway through March, but payments will start in April. So make sure you make your payments, make them on time, and you should be all set.
All right.
What's the bond associated with that contempt?
Oh, if you fail to make payments as ordered in any month over the next year, then that 45 days could be imposed with $1,000 bond, and there is a $100 contempt fine. It'll be added to the balance.
Okay.
All right, we're all set.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, we'll take up file 2019-5, 56284, Taryn Biken and Jeffrey Balcom. Both are here via Zoom, and this is a date and time set for a show cause. Ms. Hummel's here from front of the court. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update?
Yes, Ms. Beck is ordered to pay $132 child support, $9 medical support. She has a balance of $1,152.83. Do not show any payments made on this case. And there are no priors at this point.
Pardon me?
I don't believe, there's no priors at this point.
All
There's
right.
been no payments on.
All right, ma'am, do you agree that you owe the amount stated?
I do owe it. I am aware that I have made one payment previously. I'm able to find it when I log in online of $14, and yesterday I made a payment of $30. But other than that, I have nothing to add.
All right, you're supposed to be paying 141 a month. Why haven't you been making those payments?
I have been struggling, and as I stated a few minutes ago in the other case, I have been doing the contract work for a few years, and it's very clearly not been working. So I, like I had stated, have begun putting out applications like regular people do.
All right, but enforcement was never suspended in this case, and you're expected to pay, and it's only like $35 a week.
Yes, sir.
There are no payments.
No payments have ever been applied to this case.
I'm not sure where it's going then, because it says it's attached to Peyton Balcom. When I'm able to view it online, obviously the payment made yesterday wouldn't be processed anywhere, but the $14 payment, it shows being attached to her somewhere.
All right, how much can you pay by the end of this month?
I can do a minimum of another 50. I know that's still far below even half of the requirement. But I can guarantee that amount. And like I said, I have just begun putting applications out. So I'm hopeful that I hear something back, maybe even today, and am able to do better sooner.
All right, is there anything you want to say?
Nope.
All right, ma'am, I'll find you in contempt for failing to make the payments that were ordered. Sentence of 45 days will be held in abeyance with a $1,000 bond. You need to pay $250 by the end of this month, and then make your payments each and every month as ordered thereafter. There's a $100 contempt fine that'll be added to your balance.
Yes, sir.
All right, we're all set.
Thank you, sir.
Everybody hear me?
Yes. Yep.
All right, take up file 2012-51266, Taryn Bika and Vincent Bika, both are here via Zoom, and Mr. Fox is here on behalf of Vincent Bika. This is a date and time set for a show cause. It's been rescheduled a couple times. And I think there was an adoption that was being contemplated or was going to go forward. Mr. Fox, do you have any update on that?
I do not.
Has an adoption been filed?
No, at this time, I would say the adoption is not going to be filed or is not yet going to be filed. I'm sure that would still be considered, but it just has not occurred for several reasons.
All right. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update on the amount of support that's owed then?
Yes, Ms. Beck has ordered to pay $284 child support, $39 medical support. It is split at $174 child support and $26 medical support to the defendant, $110 child support, $13 medical support to foster care for the third child. There's a balance of $4,978.85. And $850.35 is owed to foster care. $3,336.19 is owed to the defendant. $708.31 is owed to the state of Michigan. $84 in fees. Last time received a payment, $173.10 on September 9th of 2021. Same amount, $825.2021 and $812 of 2021. It was money that came to an income withholding order through unemployment.
All right, and let's see here. So, ma'am, do you agree that, that's the amount owed?
I was not aware that it was continuing to build. I was aware that, to my knowledge, it had been suspended in waiting for the adoption to take place. But I was aware that there was a balance prior to talking about the adoption.
All right, and that was what I was gonna look at. I don't know if the obligation itself was suspended. I think enforcement of payments was suspended for a period of time while that adoption was being discussed. I guess I thought it was a little more of a done deal, but I guess that's the amount that had been ordered prior to those discussions. And I think what probably happened in the order was it was stated that if you didn't make payments, the front of the court wouldn't enforce. But once it takes a lot longer than would be normal for an adoption to take place, then someone probably had to bring it back up because it was, so it didn't get out of hand. You understand that part?
I believe so, yes.
All right. So are you working at this point?
I have put in some applications this week. I normally, for many years, have done the contracting work. It clearly is not working out. So I do not have a punch in 9-to-5 job at this time currently, no. But I have begun looking. And I guess my only other thing that I would like to add is I am still in agreement with the adoption. I'm not sure what the holdup is, and I do not have a way to make these payments, even if it were starting at a zero balance. So I guess my question is there a way, if I'm unable to see or speak to these children, and it seems there's no way to reverse any of that, is there a way to just sign something to say that they don't even need my permission to adopt them now? There's something that will allow the support to be stopped?
No, not really. You have an obligation to support your children as long as they're your children. And until they're adopted or emancipated or some other legal thing happens, they're your children, and you have the obligation to support them. Now, I understand there was something in the works, so I'm not too bent out of shape today that you haven't been making payments, because I think you were anticipating that would happen, and that's part of the reason that payments weren't made. And like I said, I think there was probably an order suspending enforcement. So, I guess I don't really care about that. But if the adoption is not going to take place, then you're going to have to pay the support that's ordered, and obviously you're going to have to figure out how those payments can be made. They don't have to start today, but I'll need a reasonable timeline for getting it going again.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Fox, anything you want to say?
No, I think that's reasonable. If adoption comes back up again for whatever reason, then we'll cross that bridge in due course.
All right. At this time, then I'll just dismiss the show cause, direct you, ma'am, to pay each month as ordered starting in May. That'll give you a couple months to figure out your budget and where this will come from, but I think that's reasonable. So actually, your next payment wouldn't be due till the end of May, so we're talking about 2 months.
Thank you.
And because there had been an agreement on the adoption and suspended enforcement, I'll dismiss the show cause at this time. All right.
Before we conclude, can we have a current address so we can communicate?
It is
hold on. That doesn't need to go out on YouTube. I'll turn that part off.
Yeah.
All right. Take a file 2007 7802. April, is it Hardy now or Foyt's?
I'm divorced, so it's Fights Hardy still, but I'm divorced.
Either
so.
one.
Preferably not the Hardy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
If I have to.
On the docket, it's Foyt's, and on the calendar, it's Hardy. So we'll go with Foyt's. All right, and this is the date and time set for hearing on objection to support review. Ms. Hummel is here from front of the court. Ms. Hummel, do you have an update in the matter?
Yes, support has been reviewed due to statutory requirements. There's active Medicaid. Support currently is billing $175 child support, $9 medical support. The recommended order goes up to $373 child support, 20 medical support, for a total of $393 effective March 1st. The parties submitted their information. I used the accurate information that they gave. The defendant makes $20 an hour and has 125 overnights for what he has listed. And the other party claims the child.
All right, and sir, you filed the objection?
Yes.
All right, what was the reason for objection?
I knew that that it would possibly be in raise, you know, I figured, okay, you know, double amount, I figured, you know, because it's been a long time and it just seemed twice the double amount. So I say that would be a little bit
This is just
expensive.
175 and 175 would be 350. And the 9 ordinary medical double, so it's just about double.
I was thinking weekly. Sorry, my bad. Because it was what, 48? So I figured 48 and 48 is
175 plus 9 is 184 divided by 4.35 is, well, 42.29 a week. If you take 393 divided by 4.35, it's 90 a week, so just over double.
yeah, so that's, I figured it would be at the most double.
Yeah, so it didn't triple. I don't know, and that's not really a part of the consideration. I'm not sure what support was based on when it was previously run. Presumably it was based on your income at the time. Ms. Hummel, when was that set?
2013 was the last time it was done.
Yeah, so it's been 10 years and
Right. Well, we didn't seem to have any problems. So you
2013. Oh yeah, I guess it would be 10 years ago. I was like, wait a second.
right.
Usually support's reviewed every 3 years at the request of either party. You know,
Right.
presumably, you know, if anybody had requested a review, it would have gone up long ago. But
Yeah.
Right.
Usually, because it's usually every 3 years.
Well, we figured it.
But when
We were
kids are
doing
on- when kids are on public assistance, though, it's required to be reviewed every 3
And
years.
right.
And required to be.
They're
set
not
by
on
guidelines.
public assistance and haven't been for
Yeah.
very long time.
Well, Ms. Hummel indicated that
They're
they
receiving
were
Medicaid.
receiving Medicaid.
They're receiving Medicaid.
No, they are not receiving Medicaid. I am mandated to do it through my work and I pay $150 every paycheck for medical for my children, which are all 3 children that are between 2 court cases. So if there is a medical open to public assistance here, it should not be.
Then you got to get a hold of DHHS. We have no control over it.
Yeah,
Oh my
according-
gosh,
according to this
seriously.
computer system, they are on Medicaid. Or at least-
Then why when I switched, because I had to be contract employed for a year before then I was employed for my employer now. I had to be on contract for a year and I received paperwork, my work received paperwork to mandate me to have medical coverage on all of my children. Now,
Okay, and that may very well be,
I don't
but until you
understand
go over there
why.
and cancel it, they don't take any, they don't take the file
I
out.
was told years ago it was canceled. Years ago that it was canceled because I make too much money. That's what I was told.
Going back to
Wow.
April of 2019 was the last time Nathan did not receive it.
Wow.
But
I've
tell
been
you
told
what,
I
you wanna-
make way
you wanna
too
go
much
over
money
there-
to do that.
you
I
wanna
will
go
be
over there
doing
and
that.
Talk to him, you can. If you take him off, the 2 of you are free to agree to any amount that you want.
And I don't
Wow.
have the amount listed for what the other party pays for insurance because that's not listed.
It's
And
about
then that would actually.
$150 every paycheck, so it's about 300 a month.
Pay that for health insurance?
Yes,
Will increase his
because it's myself
obligation.
and 3 children. Health insurance, medical, dental, and vision.
All right. Well, do you want to go and see if you can talk to someone? I'll be here for another 45 minutes or so.
That's crazy.
Yeah, but what they're gonna do is they're gonna want my pay stubs, and I don't have any of that information here.
You have proof that the child's already got insurance.
I have my cards. That's
Take the child off.
okay.
You can just get some piece of paper that says that you guys can come back and agree to whatever you want.
I don't have the information on hers because she did not submit the paperwork back. So we took the state wages that were reported to the state of Michigan. Otherwise, if she had completed the documentation and sent it back, I could have put in that she pays for that insurance, but because she failed to do so, that was not used.
Well, it's up to you. I mean, we can go off the record and give you a chance to go talk to DHS and see if you can get Nathan off of Medicaid.
I will do that on a different day. I just want to get this taken care of.
All right. So I'll set support in the amount that was recommended. If and when he is off Medicaid, if you want to make an appointment with Ms. Hummel, you guys can do that and agree to whatever amount you want at that.
So we have to come back and agree with something
I
else.
think she'll do an appointment via Zoom for that purpose. You could have done Zoom
Yep,
today.
as long as there's no public assistance, I can do a Zoom meeting with both parties.
I don't have a full day to deal with this. That's the problem. I have to be to work.
No, but if you do Zoom, you can do it from your
I know, but I have to go over there now.
workstation or from your house. I don't know why they didn't take him off, like I said.
That's a very good question, because I had paperwork that,
April 2019 is the last time he was not on that.
and I haven't been unemployed since 2000. I can't tell you when.
I don't have anything to do with.
Wow, and I haven't qualified for assistance
So we can't,
in a very long time.
So,
Well, in 2020, they wouldn't let anybody go off because of the pandemic. So if you try to
In
get off.
2020, I was making $24 an hour.
yeah.
Doesn't matter because of the pandemic, the state would not take anybody off. They
Wow.
couldn't even, the workers, their spot to take a child off was blacked out. They were not allowed. And it's until I think just this last month were they allowed to actually make changes. But prior to that, because of the pandemic, they were not allowed to take anybody off public assistance, or at least the
was from
Medicaid.
July of 15 until April of 19.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense because April of 19,
He's gone off and on a few times back in 13. he was
right,
off.
because I was sick from
Yeah.
like 14 to maybe 2017. I got really sick, like deathly sick. And I'm better now and I'm back to work.
Yeah.
I'll go over there and I'll deal with that because I don't have the time to deal with this.
Okay, all right. Overall,
I'm already losing wages and for this, so.
Support will be set the amount recommended, but like I said, as soon as
But
he's
we
off,
can't
you
say,
guys
hey, we can't,
Andy,
discuss
I'll go
that.
over there right now and take care of it
Okay.
and set the record straight. And I don't understand why I was mandated to pay,
Yeah.
have him on medical for years if he was under Medicaid. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Oh, don't.
Just for the record, I guess, what do you pay for the medical insurance? Do you know?
About $150 every paycheck.
Is that twice a month?
It's bi-weekly,
Okay.
or I'm sorry, by every other week.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
It's medical, dental,
Like I
and
said,
vision.
go take care of that. You can come back. You can agree to 0, you can agree to 1,000 or anything in between. So.
Okay, let's go do that because
Okay.
this is a complete shock to me. I thought it was closed and it should have been closed many years ago. So,
Before noon and you pop back over, we can go back on the record.
all right, let's go ahead and do it.
All right.
Wow.